this race. Greg Biffle won the pole. He's only led 2 green flag laps since Talladega last October. So for Greg Biffle to be out front here, a big accomplishment for the Roush Fenway Racing team. Carl Edwards will be on the inside of that first row. A reminder, at lap 20 there will be a competition caution because of the lack of track time that these teams have had. So lap 20 competition caution here at Daytona. Pace car is off, 2 by 2, 20 rows deep. Welcome to Independence Weekend Racing. Green flag is in the air. With the advantage as they come out of turn 2 and onto the backstretch. Already 2 and 3 wide behind him.
And Dale Jr. jumped out on the outside line, made it 3 wide. Now some people are jumping up there with him to try to go with him, be in front of him and behind him to see if they can make that 3 wide work.
Carl Edwards in the 19. Kyle Busch in the 18 behind him. Then it's 2 by 2 behind them. Greg Biffle, Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth. A little shove from Dale Earnhardt in the 88.
That 88's already switched lanes. We saw him earlier in the top lane trying to make some moves. That lane wasn't going. He ducked back now in the middle lane.
So many things go into restrictor plate racing, and one of the biggest is side drafting, and we're already seeing it. Brad Keselowski in the 2 trying to slow down the 19 to get by. Will he make it work as they go into 3?
Didn't quite clear him. He did a good job. He almost cleared him. He did slow the 19 down, but he did not slow him down enough.
41 of Kurt Busch all the way up against the wall in the Monster Energy number 41. That black with the green stripes on the hood.
We are, Rick. We're going to continue to see this side draft all night long. Basically, the concept is to close in on the car next to you, dump some air in his rear spoiler, slow him down so your lane can advance. You see the 2 do it again on the door of the 19, then back up the racetrack. He's trying to actually put some air brakes on Carl Edwards.
Not trying to advance himself, but slow down the car next to it.
Well, he's trying to advance himself by slowing down the car, right? So. And then when you do, what you want to have happen is he really, as he side drafted the 19, he wants a 16 of Greg Biffle behind him to be right behind him, thinking he can push him in front. Then he has a decision to make. Do I stay with Greg Biffle or do I turn left and go to the inside lane?
And the 19 hearing something in the car. This is what they have to say on the radio.
Vibration. It might be a tire, but just a vibration the whole time. Before these tires off and vibrate, we just put stickers on today.
Trying to calm Carl Edwards. You heard him say these tires often vibrate when you put sticker tires on.
Well, remember, Rick, they didn't have the smoothest practice in the first run on Friday morning, that early in practice. The 19 went on the racetrack and came back in because he potentially felt an issue with the engine. They didn't change anything. They didn't change the engine, didn't change any parts. Say they found the issue, fixed the issue, but now early in the race he has a vibration once again.
2 by 2 they continue to go. No one moving out in front of the other. It has been side by side for Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski all 5 laps.
You see, you keep seeing people trying to make that 3 wide work. So far it hasn't, but what it has done is allowed a few people like Austin Dillon right there. He was in 3 wide outside, and then he found a hole and got into the middle lane. So here's Jimmy Johnson, the red and white paint scheme car this weekend. He now is on the outside trying to make 3 wide work. What's difficult about 3 wide is when you're in the middle. Especially here in the middle, the cars don't drive well. They move around a lot. When you get into the corners, you have to throttle back a little bit to try to keep your position, to keep from running into the car on the outside of you. As the tires get older, that will become more difficult.
And Jeff, as a driver, if you are running 4 feet, 3 feet, 1 foot away from another driver, how unnerving is that for you as you're going almost 200 miles an hour?
You have to trust that guy that you're competing against. You want to beat him, you want to be the winner, but you have to trust the people that you're trying to beat. At this close, with as close as you are, if you don't trust him, you cannot be aggressive and put your car where you want to be.
190 miles an hour is what they were going on their own. They're at 200 miles an hour as they run in this pack. Now a little bit of a surge by the bottom line, that inside line taking advantage of the momentum. Carl Edwards has the nose of his car out front. Now Kyle Busch trying to hold on to second.
And Rick, because of this congestion on the racetrack, you're going to hear me harp on track position. What I mean by that is to get your car towards the front of the pack and try to stay there. Don't just assume you can move up through the field. While the draft is the great equalizer, you can only move forward if there's a lane to move in. When cars are 2 and 3 wide, there's nowhere for you to go. No matter how much speed you have in your race car, you still need room on the track to move.
Carl Edwards out in front. We're going to take a quick commercial break. If something happens on the track, if they wreck, we'll break out a commercial to let you see it.